Yeah, Dainya. There is a lot of Dainya here. Helplessness. Please come rescue. This is Srila Narottama Das Thakur, our Acharya. They are very exalted souls. And they are calling out, yeah, Dainya, rescue. There is a lot of Dainya here. Helplessness. Please come rescue. Is it okay to go ahead, Prabhu? Yeah. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Recording part? Okay. Yeah. So that's Srila Narottama Das Thakur's Bhajan. Our prayer, our dream, our hope, our effort is to walk in the footsteps of those acharyas. And we are hoping that we are taken there gradually, under the guidance of the acharyas, of how to get into their mood, cultivate their mood. What is their thinking, by the result of which they got their mood. That's what we are hoping now to get. So, yeah. Today what we will do is, this should be a smooth flow and a kind of summary of whatever we have done so far, with an emphasis on the Niraparada Nama, that is how to avoid the offenses, and then first door of Saranagati, Nam Namakari, then Trinadapi, then Nadanam Najanam, and Ainanda Tanuja Kinkara. Just by covering this, we will have a little idea of what we can take out of this whole Katha on Harinam and start implementing, start practicing, so we can see some change in our bhajan, change in our consciousness, and as a result of that, change in our bhajan. So that's what we are hoping to do today. Okay. So that's Gauranga. And this is from Sammodana Bhashya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Bhakti Siddhanta. Again, Samkirtana. All the angas of bhakti are meant to bring us to this stage of Samkirtana. Means total or perfect Kirtana. It means total glorification by our whole self. This is Kirtaniya Sadahari, Samkirtana stage. So this is a stage of consciousness where our whole self is glorifying the Lord through thoughts, words, deeds, like that. That is Samkirtana. And our Harinam is meant to take us to that state of consciousness. And when we go to that conscious, all that we do in bhakti is to get to that state of consciousness. And when we go to that consciousness, where there is complete dependence on Krishna and absorption in Krishna, then whatever we do is just a overflow of our affection for the Lord. So, having seen that, having heard that from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, we wanted to see what can we do to get to that Samkirtana stage. Then, even before we get into the japa, 2 hours of japa, what can we do outside the japa? So our japa can be better. Outside the japa, practicing bhakti in the mode of goodness. This is invoking the mercy of the Lord when we try to practice bhakti in the mode of goodness. So invoking mercy outside the japa, and that we call it as grounding, right? Grounding outside the japa. And we have discussed about what can happen when we try to invoke mercy outside the japa. Many anarthas would come when we try to practice bhakti in the form of pushing and pulling. And then what to do when we have those. Those are the shlokas that can guide us in those events of pushings and pullings. That the summary would be, when that pushes and urges, anchor to the holy name and tolerate. Vacho Vegam, Manasakrodho Vegam, tolerate the urge and anchor to the holy name. And when there are pulling or sinking down moments, sad, sorrowful, difficult moments, Tatenu Kampam Susamikshamano, understand that whatever is coming to us is a result of what we have done. Still continue to anchor to bhakti, to devotional service to the holy name, and do our best without pointing out on anybody, with all determination. And as a result, Jivetayo Mukti Pade Saraya back. So if we continue like that, we will certainly get through the difficult times, and we will be eligible for liberation, which is a byproduct of bhakti. So this way, we try to deal with the pushings and pullings that we get when we try to practice bhakti outside the japa, those 22 hours. We cannot suppress them, avoid them, since we are conditioned souls. But when they come, we try to deal with them in the light of the Shastra. Okay, and this is the practical application of the Tenukampam of what can be done when there are difficulties in our life or challenges. Then emotionally recognize what we are going through, see where it is coming from, express it. Otherwise, it can cause mental and physical illnesses. If those emotions don't come out, those emotions need to be expressed either to ourselves in a book or to a person somehow, and then take an action of what we can do about it that can get us closer to Krishna. Okay, so this is a practical application. This is very important. If we don't do this, then it means we are doing spiritual bypassing. That is not good. Not good. So we have to get through the difficulties. We cannot bypass them. Okay? So that's about bhakti, 22 hours, trying to do in the mode of goodness and handling the challenges that might come in those 22 hours, in the light of Shastra, in the light of this tool, a practical tool. Now, coming to the japa. Okay, we have tried our best. Those 22 hours, we have tried our best. Now, inside these 2 hours, japa time, what do I do? First step, that's grounding inside the japa. Means, again, invoking the mercy of the Lord. How are we doing it? By putting away all the distractions aside. This is a table that I'll post on the group later. This has almost everything as a checklist for us. I've added a little more for the detail's sake. So you can go through this in detail later. But in the grounding in japa, we are avoiding the distractions. These are all the distractions we want to avoid. Physically and the mind also. Avoid the distractions and Krishna is everything. The body, mind, intelligence, surroundings, people, everything. Krishnizing everything here, this is based on the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Bhumira Puranalo, your Kammano Buddhiri Vacha. Ahankara Itiyam me Binna Prakriti Rashtada. Finish. All of those are Krishnized, just with that sloka. And after that, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasa, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, Gnatpamam Shantim Rachati. Finished. The other aspects are also Krishnized. So those are based on Bhagavad Gita, Krishnizing. Okay? And these are the practical things that can help us to give due attention to the holy name. And this grounding is based on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's quote here, that we should consider ourselves as a part of Lord Krishna's family. So after this grounding, we are at least warmed up for the japa. Yeah? But our mind is fully not present. Why is it like that? The 10 offenses. And in the 10 offenses, the major theme of our discussion was to see the offenses in light of tattva. We shouldn't be offending the nama tattva, the Shaktiman sitting in the nama. We should give him due respect, due attention. We shouldn't be offending the Guru tattva. We have to realize the very fact that we are even able to hold the beat back, say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is just because of a mercy of Sri Guru, who gave us shelter in this parampara, who hooked up to a parampara. So if we are not acknowledging that part, if we do not feel like our only qualification is our Sri Guru, who gave us some identity, who gave the beads in the hand, who gave this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is Lord Krishna himself, there is no way that the Nama is going to reveal himself. That is a major aparadha. So that we really have to remember. Yeah, that we are being engaged in the seva by Sri Guru. Our only qualification is Sri Guru. And he remains the qualification, the only qualification at all times. If I'm thinking anything different, I'm just going in the doership mode, trying to, proprietorship, controllership, doership mode. It's because of the false ego effect. So to check our false ego, our protection is this Guru Tattva. Our only qualification at all times to come is Guru Tattva. If we are giving that due importance and that high place on the throne to Guru Tattva, then automatically, because we are respecting the Bhagavata so much, Bhagavan will reveal himself. There's no way Bhagavan is going to reveal himself to us without due respect to the Bhagavata, who actually brought Bhagavan to us. Very, very important. That's why you see, to blaspheme the devotees, that's a very first aparadha. Blasphemy means we don't necessarily have to say ill words or criticize these sadhus, acharyas. Not respecting them enough, not recognizing them enough as the cause of our great virtue, not seeing them as our qualifying agent. That is all first and third aparadha together. Okay, so that's Guru Tattva, through whom our whole spiritual reciprocation happens to Bhagavan, Bhagavad Tattva. And when that Guru Tattva is completely acknowledged and we surrender to the Guru Tattva, holy name reveals pretty quickly. So that's the Guru Tattva and Nama Tattva. Nama has Rupa Guna Leela, and Nama can take us from Kunta, miserable modes, to Vaikunta, to the spiritual realm. Okay, and all the glories of this Nama that are described in scriptures, they are not exaggerations. And we don't want to see them as exaggerations. All we want to hear is what our acharyas are saying, what those glories are, and receiving the glories as such is simplicity. Okay. So that's about Bhagavad Tattva, how powerful Bhagavan is, how merciful Bhagavan is, and how he can uplift us from our miserable modes, and how Guru Tattva is our bridge and the qualifying agent, and how we are jivas, and we tend to get distracted with the other jivas, and that is the cause of inattention in the japa, also apathy to the holy name. But when we realize this Guru Tattva and get rooted here, our attention is gradually, very swiftly brought to the Nama Tattva. Okay, so all this is good during chanting, but outside the chanting, we don't want to switch our gears again, change the gears again, and be a controller enjoyer like that. We have tried hard. Not that we have tried hard. We have tried hard to invoke the mercy of the Lord, so the effect of the modes can go away. So when we have spent time in cultivating this servitude inside the japa, we want to continue the same servitude outside the japa. Otherwise, manje kunjara sauchavam. Elephant goes into the water, cleans itself, comes out and puts mud back again. What use is that? Yes, that's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, that service that continues inside the holy name, the same service, if it continues outside the holy name, then one would be eligible to get love of Godhead. That's very important. So what is inside japa should be outside japa too. And yeah, we want to value the Bhagavad Tattva. We are not doing a favor to Sri Guru or to Krishna by so-called giving our 2 hours of time, but it's just the opposite. Sri Guru has done a favor, a lifetime favor by giving Harinam Krishna to us. So Lord Krishna is doing a favor to us. He is giving time for us through Sri Guru, so we can be uplifted by him. So Lord Krishna and Guru are right there, and they're just ready, for us to receive our service. They are giving our time. That we should remember. We are not doing favor to them, but they are doing immense favor to us. So we want to be really attentive and grateful. So in this way, we have understood this 10 offenses in Tattva. This is just a slide of who Harinam is. That's Nama Rupa Guna Leela, the scriptural evidence of Raso Vaisaha Taittiriya Upanishad. So they're not just mere syllables, but Raso Vaisaha. There is Bhagavan with full of rasa inside the holy name. These are the words of the Acharya. At least the underlined parts, please see. We have just asserted how Guru Tattva is so important. This is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, faith, eagerness, deep understanding, and the association of pure devotees is required for one's loving attachment to Lord Hari. So what we are trying to develop here is loving attachment to the Harinam. And this is mandatory association of pure devotees, acknowledging the Guru Tattva. Yeah? And Sadhu Sangha is integral to the hearing and chanting process of devotional service, because the very fact that we are trying to know something about the holy name, getting to know something about the holy name, is because of our Guru Parampara Acharyas. If we didn't have all this, maybe we would just hear Hare Krishna Mahamantra as somebody, who hears that a bystander during a Rath Yatra. That's it. Some sound, Hare Krishna, that's it. Just with that, they would not be able to come out of the miseries. They will not be able to get to the Nama Bhasa. They will not be able to get to the Shuddha Nama. Then who is causing all this from that stage to this stage? These Acharyas, the pure devotees. That's why the devotees, the Shuddha Bhaktas, are inseparable from the holy name. They are inseparable from the holy name, because everything that we have about holy name is given by them. So all that we are discussing now is Hari Katha, glories of Hari, glories of the Harinam. Without discussing all these glories of the Harinam, we know how our chanting was years ago. We don't know anything. We hold the beat bag and the mind goes everywhere. We don't even recognize that Lord Krishna with Rupa Guna Leela is present in the holy name. Right? So from that stage to this stage, where they were not just mere dry, disconnected words, which don't really mean anything to us, to this stage, where we understand that these transcendental syllables, they are like gift boxes, and the heart that we have for Hari is actually the gift in the gift box. Where is this understanding coming from? From hearing from the sadhus. Sadhu Sangha is integral to the hearing and chanting process of devotional service. And that's why we are having these sessions. So we can hear from the sadhus. So we understand who Harinam is and how Harinam is to be served. So we can see some tangible change within us during japa and outside the japa too, and go towards some kirtana stage. Okay, so that's how Harikatha is inseparable from Harinama. When we say holy name is everything, who is that saying holy name is everything? A Bhagavata, a devotee is saying it. So a devotee is endorsing the glories of the holy name. That's how a Bhagavata and the Bhagavan are inseparable. Only when Bhagavata explains who Bhagavan is in the holy name, then only we can chant. So this is how Harinam and Harikatha are inseparable, integral. Bhagavata and Bhagavan are inseparable. Only with the words of the Bhagavata, we know about Bhagavan. And that's how we serve Bhagavan in the holy name. Very important. Without hearing from a Bhagavata about the having this Harikatha about the Harinam, we will not be able to chant well. That's why we are doing this. Okay. Lord Krishna is saying, it is only in the association of my pure devotees, my transcendental glory becomes spiritually potent. Exactly. Whatever we have discussed now. Only in the presence of a Bhagavata, the potency of Bhagavan is revealed. Only with the explanations of a Bhagavata, the potency of Harinam is also revealed. So this is all Guru Tattva. Right? Sadhu. And that's what we just discussed here too. This is why Guru Tattva is a bridge and qualification to even understand and serve the Bhagavad Tattva. Okay. After we discuss these 10 offenses, we really are now, we want to pay attention to the Krishna, Bhagavan in the holy name, Shaktiman in the holy name. And yes, we are sitting here holding beads. Our mind is going everywhere, but we are holding beads because a sadhu gave us the beads. He rescued us. He said, chant these 16 rounds every day. It will be a protection for you. To Srila Prabhupada, to our Gurudev, to our Guru Parampara, we are eternally indebted. There is no other way to get out of these modes. If only they did not place those beads in our hands, if only they didn't give our Harinam, what would have happened to us? Just drown in the modes? So with that gratitude, acknowledging Guru Tattva, we simply want to chant. Acknowledging the Bhagavan Shaktiman in the Harinam. There's nothing else in the world for us to do, but just simply to serve the holy name there. And if I am serving the holy name attentively when I'm doing the japa, everything that I need materially and spiritually will fall in place because I am serving Shaktiman. And the Shaktiman in Bhagavad Gita said, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. He assured that. He also said, whoever ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. When the Lord himself is coming down in the Harinam and saying, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. So the same Krishna who is Chaitanya, very conscious and is full of rasa, is present in this Nama. And the very same Lord Krishna said these words in Bhagavad Gita, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, Ananyas, without any other Chintayanta thoughts. Ye Jana, whoever, Paryupasate, who worships me, who serves me. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will give them whatever they need. I will preserve whatever they have. And I will provide whatever they lack. Shaktiman Lord Krishna, who is present in Harinam, is saying it outright. Who else do we have to think of? Full faith in the mantra there, to Krishna there, full attention there, full faith there. Leaning on to the support, for the shelter, to the Harinam, we just chant. Nothing else exists in this world other than Harinam and us and our service during our japa. Because everything else in the world will fall in place if I serve the lordships in the Harinam. This is what Shastra is saying. This is what Acharya is saying. And it has been proved again and again. That's what our Guru Parampara is. So what good reason do I have not to do it? So now that the 10 offenses are dispelled in light of the Shastra and the Acharyas, we have gone through them in detail. You may go through this later, but these are the positive affirmations. We did Krishnaize. We tried to cut away the distractions, Krishnized, and we recollected the offenses, how to avoid them. As I said, generally, it may take few minutes when we get ready before the japa to think of this, how not to commit these offenses. But if you have this checklist down, and if it touches your heart and helps you to avoid the aparadas, you may use it. You may use anything that can help you to quickly dispel the aparada tendency that we have. Generally, devotees, some devotees, even before they start the japa, as they're getting ready, as they start to brush, then it can start in our mind, getting ready, looking forward to the Harinam. That anticipation should be there. I am going to be chanting Harinam now. Yeah. And if I am doing that japa, Harinam service well, I am anchored very well spiritually. Whatever may come during the day, then it will all be taken care of. I look forward to this time. So, anticipation. It's an anticipation, positive excitement कि I am getting to do the service of Hari. वो होना है. Anticipation. And in that anticipation, we quickly go through these aparadas of how we look forward to dispel those aparadas so we can serve Lord Hari in the Harinam very well. That should start even before the japa starts. So we can't wait to start the japa. Yeah. So, and please see how this table can be useful for you in order to get that mode. But that mode is very crucial for us. Please note, it should not be a dry mode. It should not be a checklist mode. It should be an eagerly anticipating, want to do, grateful, yes, please mode. That is even before starting Harinam. That is so good. It means you have really taken away all the blocks, all the aparadas. If we are cultivating this kind of mood, it means we are taking away the aparadas. When we are eagerly looking forward to serve Lord Hari in the Harinam, it means we have recognized that the Shaktiman is there. And our faith has built up that if I serve the Lordships in the Harinam, everything outside the japa will be taken care of. Why to think of it? Everything, family, material, health, everything. He's the Shaktiman. So no need to think of anything. No need to think of anybody. When sun arises, all the darkness dispels. When the darkness is there, we tend to bump into the things and cause bruising and hurting. Right? But when the sun arises, we don't hurt ourselves. We don't bruise ourselves because there is light. In the same way, if we are serving Harinam with full attention and faith, there is going to be light that can guide us from within, a spiritualized intelligence and mind that can help us deal with whatever that may come for the rest of the 22 hours. So with the sun of Harinam, the light will help us to get to the rest of the 22 hours. So there is no need to be anxious about, to be fearful about, to think about, to get distracted about. No need at all. The sun is going to rise. When the sun rises, everything will be clear. There will be no anxiety. There will be no fear. There will be no misery. There will be no pain. Even if the cause of inflicting pain is present, we will not feel it much. That is the power of the sun in the Harinam when he arises. So if our anticipation is there, for that, Krishna Surya in the Harinam, rest of our 22 hours are taken care of. So wonderfully taken care of that our professional planning, checklist, intellectual feats, whatever we may do from that mental intellectual platforms, they will not even come any close to the way that the Harinam handles the whole thing. Then why think of anything? Then why think of anyone? The same anyone that you think of in the Harinam, you are thinking in darkness. That's why you have the misery. That's why you have the problem. But let the sun, Krishna's sun, rise in Harinam. The same person, the same situation, you will see in the light and you have no problem at all, no pain at all. Then why spend time on that? Why divert our thought? Yeah. So with these things, if we are looking forward for the Harinam Seva, it means our blocks are out of our way. So our blocks should be out of our way even before we start the Harinam. Even if it means we are looking forward to it the night before or after we get up or whatever it is, our goal is we should be looking forward to serve Harinam, Krishna Surya that is present in the Harinam. Awesome. Yes, we have done that. We have been introspective and then we try to avoid these offenses. We are looking forward now. Can't wait to chant now. Then we want to be in the moment with the Harinam. So we distinctly pronounce the holy name. It actually, we cannot really skip the holy name because we are so attentive now to the Lord in the holy name. So attentive that we don't want to miss a syllable. That's why we are really attentive to the words. And that way, naturally, it just gets very steady and clear. By this time, the Harinam, Krishna Surya is rising, and it gets blissful. And by the time we may realize that our 16 rounds, we have to stop chanting. We don't want to stop. Just with the third step itself, we will start feeling like that. Because you see, clear, steady, and blissful is already mode of goodness. Yeah. So that is just by aligning, by taking away the blocks. So this is acknowledging and receiving the Lord in the holy name because we were eagerly waiting and paid attention to each Mahamantra. And we, by just eager anticipation itself, we have avoided so much of Nama Parakas. By repeating this every day, cultivating it, making it a habit that I want to look forward for the Harinam. Shaktiman is present. Krishna Surya is present there. All the darkness in my life, in my day is just gonna go away once the sun rises in the Harinam there. If we cultivate that and look forward for that, again, with all gratefulness to Sri Guru, who has given this mantra and is our qualification, that is the best way to dispel the Nama Paradas and not let these Nama Paradas come any close to us. The smallest, best, easiest way. Eagerly look forward for the Shaktiman, Krishna Surya in the Harinam. Be grateful to Sri Guru and whoever has helped us for this Harinam to come to us. That gratefulness, and let the Sri Guru be our, he is our qualifier. Yeah, so that humility, with that gratitude, with that humility, and with that faith and anticipation to Harinam, we are going to pass Anartha Nivritti very quickly. Whatever happens inside the japa happens outside the japa. So if we are able to do the japa like this, if the japa is going smoothly like this, most of the time, most part of it, clear, steady, blissful, see what happens to us outside the japa, the rest of the 22 hours. Anartha Nivritti span is going to cut down. It is going to be cut down because we are avoiding anarthas to Sri Guru and the holy name in the japa, cultivating servitude, and that will spill over outside the japa. And we don't want to commit any aparadhas to anybody around also, and we want to serve our best, the same mood is going to continue. Then where is anartha that is being committed? Anarthas will be minimized so much. So that way, this kind of chanting is called clearing phase, where the clearing of aparadhas happen pretty fast. And when that is happening, it means doors of Saranagati are opening, doors of Sri Sikshashtakam are opening. Now that our mind is so steady and blissful and really don't want to miss any syllable, any mantra when we are chanting, we are ready inside for bonding with the Harinam. And how is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching us? He's teaching us through Saranagati. Let's understand how the bonding to Harinam happens. All this has happened so far by being very attentive to Harinam, not wanting to miss the word of Harinam, mantra of Harinam, and being very anxious, very eagerly looking forward to do the Harinam is alignment. We have aligned ourselves to the Guru Tattva, to the holy name. Now that all the blocks are gone, so very well aligned. After alignment, there has to be some bonding between the Priti Vishaya, who is Lord Krishna, and we are hoping, we are the servants of Priti Ashraya. Priti Ashraya, abode of loving service. That is Srimati Radharani and all our acharyas. We are servants of Priti Ashraya. So, for the Harinam that is being uttering, yes, we are aligned, but there has to be some bonding. Bonding means a bonding develops when there is an emotion. So when two people say formal hello, hello, gone, there's nothing there. But if one of the person starts feeling grateful to the other person, then there will be some exchange of feelings. And they would talk a little more. They'll get to know a little more. A bonding develops. So this bonding here with the Harinam also is the same thing. There is exchange of emotions between us and the Harinam. What are those spiritual emotions? And by this time, since the alignment has happened and all the blocks are away, it is simply the holy name and myself. Holy name and yourself. It's just us and holy name. So Acharyas are saying, these are the words of Acharyas. Avoid sacrilegious to Nama. Sacrilegious means utter disrespectful to somebody who is really honorable. That's what we've been doing to Harinam. The Shaktiman is so honorable, but we didn't pay much attention to him. We didn't have faith in him. He's right in front of us, but we think of somebody else. What kind of honor is that we are giving to him? So, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta is saying that is a sacrilege. It's like, in short, small words, it's hurting the person, a very respectful person. So, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta is saying we have to have feelings of deep repentance for having committed that. By this time, you might be feeling, we all might be feeling, what? Shaktiman is there, and what kind of treatment I have given? What kind of reception did I give? I didn't pay attention, I didn't have faith. Knowingly or unknowingly, I have disrespected Krishna in the holy name. I am so sorry about that. That repentance, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta is saying, that is very needful. We should feel. So if we have ignored somebody, knowingly or unknowingly, then we get to know that the person got a little hurt because we ignored. Then we go to the person and we say, I'm really so sorry, I didn't mean to, right? Because we don't want to feel, we don't want the other person to get hurt. And here is Krishna, who is the source of our very existence, been hurting him for a very long time, knowingly or unknowingly. So what is the immediate feeling that we get? Oh, so sorry, Krishna. I am repenting. So sorry about that. That feeling, oh, so sorry, Krishna. That is the preliminary bonding between us and Harina. Okay, and these are all the Vakya of Acharyas. They are very beautiful. I will share this slideshow. You may please read them. But for the time's sake, I have just summarized and put it in the regular words so we can just get into the practice quickly. Okay, but with all worship and due respect to all these Acharyas' words, we are moving to the next slide. Please do not miss reading them. Yeah. So when Acharya is saying you should have, this is very needful. Oh, so sorry, Krishna, I have hurt you. And what other feelings that can arise within us when we know that the Shaktiman Krishna is present there? The source of everything that is existing is right there, and I haven't paid any respect. I've looked around, I didn't treat him properly. Yeah. He has come down from the spiritual world for my sake. I didn't have to go to the temple also to take darshan. And I didn't have to do any tapasya, nothing. Just out of unfathomable mercy, he came to me so close in the form of this holy name through Sri Guru. And as Paramatma, Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam, this Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam, this best friend has been with me life after life. He's with me right now, and he's going to be with me forever. What kind of shelter, support, and constant loving companion did I ignore so far? What did I do? Krishna, you've been sitting there just looking at me, waiting me to turn towards you. I did not care much about you. I didn't have faith in you. Still, in spite of me constantly offending you knowingly, unknowingly, without me giving attention and respect to you, with the apathy, indifference that I have for you, even if I hear all these things and I have apathy for you, I don't give you due respect, you still don't leave me, Krishna? Who else can be like this, Krishna? A friend that would never leave me in spite of my hard-heartedness. Krishna, Harinam, I acknowledge my pitiful condition. How hard-hearted am I? How ignorant I have been. And how tolerant you were. You're Shaktiman sitting there, the Lord of everything that is existing. Me, the tiniest particle here, such an insignificant one. But you are still there for me now, in the past, at all times, no matter what I do. So sorry, Krishna. I am so tiny. I am turning to you now, Harinam. I don't want to be thinking about anything or anybody now. I want to turn towards you. And you are there for me, for all the help I need. I don't even have to think about anything or anybody. I'm so sorry I have offended you. And I don't want to disrespect you anymore. I want to pay full attention to you. I'm so grateful to you, Krishna, for being with me despite all that I have done to you. Name Bhakta Pranashyati. You give those promises also to your devotees that they will never perish, that you will be with them always. Such big-hearted Krishna. I'm so very grateful to you. And grateful to my Sri Guru and all the devotees who had been a part of getting this Harinam to me, to this japa beads to me. So when this gratefulness pervades within us, that is going to be a bonding with the Harinam. When the repentance is ongoing with us, not taking Krishna for granted, that is the second bond with the Harinam again. And when we don't want to be inattentive, but want to be so attentive with the merciful Lord in the holy name, third bond again with the Harinam. So these are all the feelings of Dainya. Just with these feelings of Dainya, we have already developed bond with the Harinam. So if we chant Harinam anytime, if we hear Harinam anytime, they are not just mere words to us anymore. It's not simple, empty gift box to us anymore. There is something inside that for us. There is our beloved Lord and our feelings for our beloved Lord. This Dainya feelings. That's how we are bonded to our Lord. This is Sambandha. This is my Sambandha to you, my Lord. I am very grateful to you. I am so sorry I was inattentive, and I want to be attentive with you. And I'm so insignificant, and you have been always there to help me. This is my Sambandha with the Lord in the holy name. So how is it mere words anymore? And how is it that we want to stop chanting when there is reciprocation like this, bonding like this in the holy name? Yeah. So just with the starting of this bonding, just with this turning towards Krishna, Cheto-darpanamarjanam is happening. So this Cheto-darpanamarjanam is happening because of all these bondings and these feelings that are pervading within us. That gratefulness, attentiveness, and not want to disrespect you, Krishna. So this part of Krishna, this Krishnized feelings, they come and displace whatever modes and muddy feelings that we have, passion or ignorance. This is how Cheto-darpanamarjanam happens. Very effectively. Yeah. Next step. See, just with that bonding itself, the 16 rounds would not be enough because there is so much to reciprocate. We want to be so grateful. We are so repentful. And when that bond further deepens, then next comes Trinadapi. These are Acharya's words again. Especially, please go through this. I have to say, I was so much relieved and so completely satisfied. And all my questions and confusion regarding this Trinadapi Sunichana are totally dispelled when I read this Mahajana's words, Srila Bhakti Siddhantas. How actually Trinadapi is all relevant to the holy name, to Lord Krishna. So how would one feel when this bonding with the holy name happens as it deepens? By this time, the devotee is so much dependent on Sri Guru. And he's so faithful to Sri Guru that they just want to walk in the footsteps of Sri Guru. Don't want to introduce anything new. Because their faith, their taste, their Acharya Upasana has become so thick that they don't want to do anything different. They simply want to do Mahajana Saena Gatah Pantha. And these are all the words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, dependent on Sri Guru, follows in the footsteps of Sri Guru, and does not introduce any new methods. All these are words from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. He avoids praises. Why? Because whatever he's doing is just from the Acharyas. It is very clear that there is nothing to be praised about. It's all about the Acharyas anyway. And this person does not think himself to be a guru at all. Rather, he thinks he's a disciple of everyone. And he just sees himself or herself as insignificant servant of the Lord. This is the beautiful stage. I think Srila Prabhupada's disciple, I'm forgetting her name, Mataji, lives in UK. Yeah, can't recall the name. She coined this word for the bliss of insignificance. There is a lot of bliss in this, in being insignificant servant to the Lord, uncomparable to any kind of material prestige or fame that we might get. Being insignificant servant to God. So this is why all the Acharyas, this is their natural disposition at all times. Trinadapi, because insignificant servant of the Lord and Sri Guru. So they're just submissive hearers, receivers. They never think they are guru. And they can never consider dissociating from Harinam because they are so much bonded with the Harinam now. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta says, if at all there is any wavering in this mode, then they avoid becoming proud by concentrating on lotus feet and chant Harinam. Those are the words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. These are also the words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. So how is the devotee feeling inside with so much bonding with the Harinam, with the lotus feet of Hari in the Harinam? He or she feels, the devotee feels, I am grateful. I'm a grateful servant to Vaishnava and Sri Guru. And I'm an insignificant, eternal servitor of merciful Lord. I'm fondly attached to the service of lotus feet. There is so much relishment in this. There is such a cooling shelter here. Oh no, not everybody is having this. That's why they are having troubles. That's why they're undergoing pain. Oh no, somehow, I should share this cooling shelter with them. So let me speak something about Krishna. In some way or other, let me give some Krishna to them. Let me give this cooling shelter to them. That is Jivadaya. The real meaning of Jivadaya of Acharyas is that. Because they're relishing so much, they are so satisfied and so sheltered at the lotus feet of Lord Hari. They feel their heart aches for all those who are going through the pains because they don't have the shelter of Harinam, lotus feet of Lord Hari. That's why they want to give the Harinam, lotus feet of Lord Hari. That is Jivadaya. Yeah. So all these things, they naturally come. This is how one would feel when they continue to chant. These are the words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. This bhava, samsara davagni, cannot be extinguished by any other means. Please note, Samkirtana is the only means. See, if I'm doing some external services here and there, mindfully not there, faith still not there, I am not in Samkirtana. That's why I'm still feeling miserable. Whatever service I may be doing outside, and even if I'm doing the Harinam, if I'm doing with the Aparadas, I'm not heading towards Samkirtana. That's why I'm still feeling miserable. If I'm heading towards Samkirtana, then, the third step of chanting, Srila Bhakti Vinodas, the chanting would go steadily, happily, like that. So if that is heading like that, then we are moving towards Sankirtana. Sankirtana is a stage of consciousness, right? Okay, this is one more thing. Chanting is the soul's Swadharma. Why is it like that? Chanting means being with the lordships, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. We are so part and parcel of them. So that is our Swadharma. So that's what chanting means. This is Shuddhana, is our Swadharma. These are the words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. That's Trinadapi. Okay. We want to know what is the root of this? How come all this magic is happening in Trinadapi? How come they naturally feel like that? It's because with that intense Dainya Bhava, the gratefulness, see the attachment that they have to the holy name. By this time, the Rupa and Guna are also revealed because of that attachment to the holy name. And you see, all these external sticky attachments to us, they are now gone. This Trinadapi means entering into Krishna Samsara. We are not in the center anymore. We ourselves are looking towards Krishna, Harinam, and bonded with Krishna, Harinam. So automatically when we look around, everybody is meant for Krishna. We are just being an insignificant servant in Krishna Samsara. So that attachment to Lord Krishna in that mood of insignificant servant and gratitude is the cause. That Trinadapi is the cause for Tarureva Sahishuna, Amanina, Manadena, for the rest of the three. Very important. So respect and service to all is by default, it's going to come. They don't have to put any separate effort. Their deep attachment to the Lord in the holy name, their relishment in the Harinam is causing automatic detachment outside. They don't have to put any separate artificial effort. Yeah. By this time, we are coming to the step 4th or 5th stage of japa, where the Rupa and Guna are revealed. Yeah. After this is revealed, even after reaching the stage where the holy name and form become one. So by this stage, when the Rupa and Guna are revealed, then one must try to remember the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Here, the Gunas are also revealed when the form is revealed. With the form comes Guna. Say when the flower is coming, when somebody gives you flower, with the flower comes the fragrance. Same is the case. When the form is coming, the fragrant qualities are also perceived. Yeah. And how do we know we are actually in this stage of japa, at least for a droplet of it, a little bit of it inside the japa? These qualities should reflect outside the japa. If we are able to live these qualities naturally outside, it means we are very fortunate that our japa is heading the right way. So once we perceive the transcendental qualities of the Lord within japa, even for a little bit, with the mercy of the holy name, it is going to have its effect. Smaran mukundakri upagohanam punay, Srimad Bhagavatam says, that embrace to the lotus feet of Lord Hari with the transcendental qualities cannot be forgotten. Smaran mukundagri, the devotee, smaran, thinks, is absorbed in those thoughts again and again. So if this is happening to us in the japa, even for a split of a second, it's going to have its effect outside the japa. Okay. This is what we are looking for. How to get to this wonderful stage? What can I do about it? After doing these 3 steps, as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, avoid the nama pradas and chant steadily the holy name, full focus on the holy name, and then chant when the chanting goes on constantly, blissfully, then continue that attentiveness, receive the sound of Harinam, chant without aparada. But chant without aparada comes with, with the bonding of this holy name. When the bonding happens with the holy name, then the aparadas, the more bonding happens with the holy name, the more aparadas we are getting rid of. Then when we are chanting like that continuously, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is saying, these 4 qualities will come. So there is hope. We don't want to close our doors to the mercy that is flowing to us from the Harinam and from the Acharyas. So those are very important ones until Trinadapi. There are 4 more slides. They will be just quick, less than a minute for the completion's sake. Because until Trinadapi, it's something we can pray and really try for, invoke the mercy. Nadanam na janam na sundarim. These are the vakyas of Acharya. Something that really I got connected to is this. I know I still have the attachments, my Lord. I am still not totally absorbed and bonded with the holy name. But please, 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 kindly give me Shuddha Bhakti. Do not turn me away. Kindly consider my request. This is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's words. So yes, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam. Dhanam, janam. These are all external distractions for us, basically. The recognition, the praise, the adoration, benefits. And kavitam sundaram is dharmabdha kama moksha. It's the same thing again, everything external. So my attachment for everything external is not totally gone, my Lord. But give me a taste of Shuddha Bhakti, please. And when that gets in, maybe all of this will just go away, gets washed away. So that prayer is something relevant to Nadanam Najanam Nasundari. And what is the bhava, Sharanagati way that is predominant is the devotee starts feeling, oh Lord, I really want to do your loving service. I don't want anything that comes in my way to offer you loving service. And I want to please you only. I want to only please you. So please take away anything that I have which is not pleasing to you. Do me whatever you need to do. Yes, my Lord, please take away anything that I may have that does not please you. Anukulyasya sankalpam pratikulasya varchanam. That predominates in this mode. Queen Kunti prayers, right? Like that. No matter what you need to do, please go ahead do. Please just make me very soft and sweet for your service. Yeah. So that will be the feeling, and what will be the effect? By that time, all the four qualities of Trinadapi and more ruchi for Harinam and the devotional service. Serving the Harinam inside and the service outside too. It just goes with taste. No force needed there. This is the effect with this feeling. By this time, what happens? Vidyavadu Jivanam happens. Transcendental knowledge descends. Ainanda Tanuja Kinkara. This is the stage of bhava. Just showing the information to you. You may go through this later. But I'm showing this because the feeling of Atma Nivedanam and Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, Otritve Varanam. These feelings like you are there for me, my Lord. Yeah. And I am simply going to serve you. I will take care of you, you take care of me. And whatever I need to take care of in this world, my responsibilities are yours and your service is mine. That's Atma Nivedana. And Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Whatever may come, somehow or other, you will provide me the help. Gotratve Varanam. You've been maintaining me and you will maintain me. Materially, spiritually, yeah. Whatever brings me closer to you, my Lord, you will do it. That's all I need. Service to you. Yeah. So these feelings, Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, Gotratve Varanam. You're my maintainer, protector, and Atma Nivedana, my whole self to you, my Lord, can be in any of these stages too. Nam Namakari, Trinadapi, or Nadanam Najanam. So all these 8 waves of Sharanagati can be present in any of these as we go through any doors of this Sharanagati. 636 Shashtakam. Yeah. So in that way, that is how we do our best outside the japa, bhakti, in the mode of goodness, invoking the mercy. And when we get into the japa, we try to invoke the mercy, grounding by Krishnizing everything. And then alignment. Alignment is taking away all the blocks. I look forward to the Harinam Seva. Krishna Sun is there. My miseries are going to go away. Once he rises, I look forward to the service. Even if the miseries go away or not, chanting is Swadharma. Lordships are there. I'm part of the Lordships there. And I want to serve them fondly. I look forward to Harinam. I want to please the Lordships. Whatever reason resonates with you, we want to look forward for the Harinam. That's how all the blocks can go away. And acknowledging that Sri Guru is our qualifying agent at all times. Then we do the japa, then the aparadas are aside, then the bonding starts with Nam Namakari, Dainya. Oh, so sorry, Krishna. Didn't mean to hurt you, didn't know about that, and now I want to pay attention to you. Please, I am very grateful. So that retention, gratefulness, and wanting to be attentive are the initial bondings, and then of course, rest of them. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. You are here in the holy name. Why do you have to think about anything or anyone outside? You are the Shaktiman. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Gotritve Varna. Yeah. And that's why Lord Krishna, Harinam, I want to give my whole self to you now. I have nothing else to do in this world now, but just to serve you, Harinam. That's Atmanvedana too. So those waves of Sharanagati getting us through the doors of Nam Namakari and then Trinagati when it deeply, when the bonding deepens more, feeling the insignificant servitorship with the bliss of insignificance. And then Nam Namakari. I only want to please you, Krishna. I don't want to displease you. So please hear my prayers. I'm going to pause here. That is it. Gauranga. I'm going to share those slides with you, but